Last time on Do Dragons Dream of Scorched Sheep, we dined on bread and wine. I sang for bed and board. The dragon learned of looming gloom. Findir spoke of importance, but spies were torched and thwarted. We escaped the wretched town. Now onwards to Valhaia we are bound. Adventure waits on every roll, fighting for our mortal souls through mountains high and dungeons deep, to dragons dream of Scorched sheep. To dragons dream of Scorched
Welcome everybody to Do Dragons Dream of Scorched Sheep, a D&D podcast. As usual, my name is Gadget, and I am your DM for the evening. And joining me, as Capri Smitty, we have Candy Machine.
Hello.
As Treble O'Cliff, we have Oodles.
Heyo.
As Cowboy Grey Merkin, we have Biggie.
Good evening.
And as Stigveld, we have Stig.
Hello.
So, just a bit of housekeeping before we get started tonight. I just wanted to point out that, yes, we're very aware that we got a few things wrong in the last two episodes. We're all noobs at this, but we welcome any feedback. So if you do spot something that we've gotten wrong or any rules that we've misinterpreted or anything like that, by all means, tweet us at scorchedsheep or email us scorchedsheep@gmail.com and just let us know, or drop into our Discord and we can crack on with that.
We are currently interviewing DMs.
Oi, oi, oi.
No, we're just learning on the job.
Turns out they're all
Yes.
busy, so you're lucky.
So yeah, we are learning as we play, and this is kind of our niche, that we are new to this, but we are very much enjoying this, and we are just enjoying taking the piss and having a bit of fun with the dice. So as Treble so ably conveyed last time, the group escaped Almeida after Treble had to sing for his supper. Dane Ashglade made another appearance in the dreams with somebody else this time. Calbo was given some information about Stigveld, and also told that they have to get out as soon as possible, and Stigveld helped himself to the market.
Oh, yes.
We find the group as they travel towards the next town over of Valhaia, after they had been sent on a little bit of a side quest by one of the merchants in Almeida to search for a chimera. And, this is a reminder at all times to ask about the job before you accept it. So yes, last time we left them, they were just camping out about half a day's worth of travel outside of Valhaia. As they push in towards the town, it's a nice spring morning. The birds are chirping, the wind is blowing. It's a rather pleasant day.
I've been smoking a bit too much. Sorry.
You can smell it from here.
It's good.
I've told you to stop smoking.
I can't help it. I'm surrounded by nature's offerings.
That's a nice thing to call me.
For the first time as part of this journey, Proserpine is quite happily just trotting along on the ground next to Capri rather than sitting on her shoulder. And he's enjoying the long grass through the field that you're walking through, and he's kind of purring quite gently as he's going. This is possibly the most peaceful you've ever seen this cat.
Choo!
There's a small cat laugh in the background. As you come down the hill, you see from the distance the walled town of Valhaia. Now, I want one of you to roll a history check to see if you've been here before. Just the one of you.
I'll do it.
Someone decide.
That town looks pretty nasty with those defences.
I got a 2.
You got a 2. So, Treble...
I ain't been here.
No, Treble remembers vaguely these walls, not necessarily what was in it, except maybe a tavern or two. So, certainly he remembers a hangover and the moat around the town. Potentially waking up in it. He can't really be sure. But as you come down towards the hill, you see row upon row upon row upon row of tents. Like, as if the town has kind of expanded outwards with just tents. And as you get closer and closer towards it, you see that out of these tents is soldiers. Now, this isn't the Crown's Guard. This isn't like the kind of general peacekeeping forces. This is King Rolant's military. And they are just rings and rings and rings of tents around the town. You see kind of siege weapons that are dismantled for transport. And people and soldiers just kind of milling around.
If you don't mind, I'd like to avoid those at all costs.
Yes, I agree.
Yes, we need to be careful here. We're still wanted.
I mean, we do need provisions. Maybe it's best for us to split up?
I'd like to use disguise self, please.
Fair enough, you can abuse that all you want.
I'm going to look like one of the locals, I think.
It's just like a villager type thing.
A humble villager.
Okay, so describe yourself as a villager, Capri.
So imagine Thor when he was dressed as a humble street person. So kind of just brownish rags, not too poor, but not...
When he puts it over his face and goes, this is my disguise.
So I'm doing that. I'm doing the disguise, even though I don't need to because I've got a different face. I got sandals on. They're not too beaten up, but they're not brand new either. And I've got a rucksack, which is filled with wine.
And as part of this disguise to go along with you, Proserpine transforms into a shaggy dog.
Oh.
His name shall be Rufus.
Oh, I don't like that. No. I'm not going with you. No. Big man. Maybe me and you should go and check the notice board in the town. Would you like to follow me?
I think Treble is right about splitting up. They are looking for the four of us together.
Yes, the quicker the better. Thank you.
I don't think he likes dogs.
No. Go. Let's go. Bye.
Okay, so the party splits up. So Capri, we'll start with Capri and Calbo. As you walk down the path towards the town itself, a rather disheveled-looking soldier kind of walks up towards you. He's kind of swaying a little bit, and he looks up at you, Calbo. He says, "Yeah, the master would request your attention."
Who is your master?
He kind of sways a little bit. Goes, "It's Master Shatterbelly."
Oh. Lovely guy.
Capri, what do you think? Shall we go for?
I mean, don't call her Capri.
My name's I changed my voice. My name's what's my dog called? Rufus. My name's
Wurzel Gummidge.
I was just going to say that. You beat me to it.
Gurzel Wummage.
Wurzel Wummage.
Of the Wummages. Well, he thinks we better do what he says.
The disheveled soldier just kind of like bows to you and leads you through the tents. And you walk past about 5 or 6 different sets of tents. No one bothered by you. They're just kind of milling about. You hear the kind of clink and chink of swords as some soldiers are practicing against each other. And he brings you to a wooden plinth, a square wooden plinth with a wooden fence around it. And inside you can see a couple of broken chairs and a dwarf wearing robes.
We need to watch each other's backs here.
What on earth do you think's happened here?
And the dwarf gets up off the seat that he's sitting on, and he looks over the fence, and he looks Calbo up and down, and well met, brother.
And you?
And you see he is a monk, and he's not from the same lineage as you, Calbo, but he is a monk.
Okay, I see. Which monastery are you from?
I'm from here. I'm a simple man. I'm from the monastery within Valhaia itself. It's rare we get your kind around here. The West Country.
In Somerset?
Yeah. And I saw you coming down, and I thought, I'd like to meet him.
Yes, I probably do stand out here. You don't see many dragons around here.
Oh no, you see plenty of them. It's monks. Monks we don't see.
Oh, you see, this here monk's my guest. He's just visiting for the weekend, you see.
And he sits and nods and thinks, well, maybe we could see you in the monastery at some point, but I was thinking, maybe we could have a little bit of a spar. He just holds his quarterstaff in his hand, non-threateningly, but he's just kind of wandering around. And as you kind of look around the area, you also see there's kind of a lot of bruised human soldiers.
This is where the funeral happens.
And he just gestures and says, "Come on, why don't you put your skills to the test?"
Yes, I need to dust off some of my moves, I believe.
Go on, show him what you got.
Let's go.
So he opens the gate through the fence for you, and he gestures you to come inside. And as you can see on the map, it's a square ring. There is one standing chair there, and there is 2 broken chairs, which you might get the impression that he may have used earlier on. So he's standing in this kind of in the bottom right hand corner, and you're kind of stood next to the gate in the middle of it. So I guess what we would do now is roll for initiative.
What's the monk's name?
The monk's name is his full name is Bralgum Shatterbelly.
10 in total.
10 in total, and he rolled an 18.
Of course he did.
So the way we're going to do this, we are going to treat this as if it is a fight. Your HP is accurate to it, but this is a sparring match, so it's basically whichever it gets to the 0 HP first loses, but it's not, your HP will go back up at the end of it, effectively.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a training fight. So Bralgum moves. Hang on, oh, where's my objects?
Am I just stood outside? Sorry.
Yeah.
Can I sort of see what's happening, or?
Yes, you can see.
Okay.
And hang on a second. I have.
It's a wrestling ring, isn't it?
Yeah. It's basically a wrestling ring.
Just get ready to tap in when it all goes wrong.
Yeah, just in case he's decided
Cowboy
to do
tags
that.
in the big man. Signal comes over the top.
It's a dead man!
Oh God, that's Capri's music.
God is my witness, he's broken in half!
We have got the 2 unluckiest players as well.
Sticking trouble with big hands and the side going, woo! Big fingers.
So Bralgum moves kind of closer to you, so he's within 5 feet. He's just walking casually, and he says, he looks you up and down. In fact, he is going to roll an investigation check on you, which comes up 9. So you can see you're wearing armor, but he's not really sure what armor it is. But he pays it no mind, and he looks up and down and goes, "All right, let's do this then." And again, I'm aware his accent is wandering. So he goes in for a hit with his quarterstaff, and he's just walking very slowly, and he swings in hard, and it's a natural 20. Start. So that, I take it, that hits, does it?
It does.
It does.
Like a freight train.
So that does to you, because it's a crit, 13 bludgeoning damage to you. So he literally just walks up to you, and before you even notice it, crack up across the face with the quarterstaff. He stands in front of you, just kind of just spinning the quarterstaff around, and goes, "All right then, what you got?"
So we're not sparring then. This is serious.
Fuck him up, Bralgum!
What's that they shout in Karate Kid? Give him a body bag! Okay, so I'm next.
Yeah, you're next.
Yes, a 7.
A 7, that doesn't hit you. You swing forward with your quarterstaff, and he just steps backwards and out of it.
He can't hit for shit!
Now, also remember, Biggie, because you are wearing armor, it reduces the kind of things that your monk can do.
Yep.
So you have to take that into consideration. So is that the end of your turn, or are you trying for bonus actions? I can't remember what armor will take away from you, if I'm perfectly honest.
in armour, you can't use martial arts and you lose your 10 feet per turn of bonus
Jeez,
movement.
take it off.
Well, that's the thing. He would have to spend an action of his turn pulling the armor off.
I reckon he should.
Yeah, I reckon he should for the narrative, yeah. Like,
Yeah. Okay. So
That's
right.
correct.
Okay. Right.
break
So,
out of it.
so back to Bralgum's turn, and he's feeling quite cocky now after you've just taken a swing and a miss, and he will. He is going to just toy with you slightly, and he's just going to try and hit you again with the quarterstaff, which is a 14 plus 5. It's 19. Does that hit?
It does.
That hits. So that gets you. That gets you 6 points of bludgeoning damage, and he is then going to take a bonus action and drop in Flurry of Blows.
Fantastic.
Oh, but that's a 13. Does that beat your armor class?
No.
No. Okay, so as again he's just stepping round you, and he cracks you across the back of the head with the quarterstaff again, causing you to go a bit dazed. And as he goes in to try for the flurry of blows, you kind of like stumble backwards against the fence, and it just takes you just out of his range, and his kind of arms miss him. That's clever, that is.
You're right in there, mate.
I'm doing my best.
All right then.
It's Calbo's turn now.
Oh, 19.
Oh, that hits. So what are you hitting with? Is that the quarterstaff?
Yes.
Okay. What is the damage?
5.
5 damage. Okay, so tell me, how do you come back at Bralgum Shadowbelly?
I do a couple of swift left to right moves, try to put him off balance, and then come flying in, spinning the quarterstaff, and crack him right across the brow.
Ooh, nice. So as he kind of reels from this, and bear in mind he's a dwarf, he hasn't got a very high center of gravity. He kind of reels back from this, and he kind of touches his forehead, a little bit of blood. That was good. I like that. And he then comes in for a unarmed strike this time. So he feints you with the quarterstaff, and then that's a 19. Then he just kind of punches you in the gut for 6 damage, giggling away. And then he's going to use another key point for another bonus action for another unarmed strike, which is a 21. And that does...
I am stigged.
It does another 7 damage.
Yeah, I'm done.
Bralgum's finished him off! And quick as it is, Calwood just kind of slumps to the ground. For that hit? Oh, you were stronger than that.
Well met, sir.
Oh, you silly bastard.
Oh, you silly arse.
Bralgum puts a hand out and takes your claw and kind of like lifts you back up off the ground. Says, you shouldn't be wearing that armor. It ain't good for you.
Yeah.
Restricts that movement.
I'm finding this cumbersome, actually.
Yeah,
I tell you what. Why did you take it? You've earned it.
He don't want it.
Tell it.
And he just looks at you and says, no, I ain't got no use for it. And he kind of points over to some tents nearby and points you in the direction of some soldiers who would buy it off you. And he bows to you and he shakes your hand and says, You're back through... Oh, I've lost the accent. If you're back through here again... No, it's gone Irish.
You're right, me babber.
You're all right, me babber. That's it.
If you back through here again.
Well, you must have done a number on you, Balgrim. Your voice keeps changing.
Why are you Mickey Mouse?
It's just a villager.
I don't know. Ha-ha. I'll just do me normal accent. He tells you if you come back through here again, by all means, come to the monastery. He'd love to spar with you again. That's what he tells you as he kind of bows to you, he shakes your hand.
You're welcome anytime type deal.
Yeah. And he gives Gurzel a bit of a wave. And Rufus.
Gurzel woman.
When we get back to like level 10 or something, Biggie will come back and you can beat the shit out of him.
This has to be the greatest retcon in history to get rid of that armor.
I didn't want to do it in a way that would be like, oh, let's just.
It's a warm day. I'll take my armor off.
And also for the benefit of the audience, we didn't fake that. He legitimately lost that fight quite badly.
Yeah, that ain't faked. You could have kept that armor on.
I offered to be allergic to it, but no, we have to have a fight. But I can't win.
Tried to warn you.
I mean, you could have won if you'd rolled better.
Well, no, I could have been if I was a good martial artist.
Or if you could do your martial arts. Anyway.
Play D&D.
So while that's all going on, let's wander back over with the other two, who will be moving their way towards the front gate of Valhaia. Stigveld and Treble can wander past all the tents onto the bridge over the moat. As they walk towards the kind of the kind of 14-foot walls, it's basically the old castle walls. A castle was torn down and rebuilt as a town with inside. You see a collection of very old and kind of decrepit ballistas, sitting by as if they were defensive units. They're loaded, but they look knackered.
We just walk past.
Pay no heed to those.
So as you walk through the gatehouse, you do notice that there are a couple of posters up with your names on, but not any pictures of you yet. But there are.
Look
posters.
here, look here, big man.
We need to come up with some fake names.
It seems my cabaret act in the last village has landed us in deep water. My apologies.
As you're having this conversation, a child walks behind you, and Treble will lead.
Oh dear.
As he just kind of walks off singing the song into the distance.
Treble will lead. What poppycock.
Okay. I do apologise for that song, but if you'd like, you take the lead. I'm all about following you today.
Are we going to try to get this chimera? Do we think we can?
It's up to you, but I believe we should check out the main square, see if there's any people in peril. Seeing as though we are cunning adventurers now, we might earn a bit more coin. Because just to remind you, I have empty pockets.
There are Crown's Guard kind of milling around within this gatehouse, but they're just standing there. For reference, they're like the guards at Novigrad in The Witcher 3. They're just standing there. They're not really bothering you. Once you walk through the gatehouse into the town itself, the first thing that you see is a 20-foot tall statue of King Roland.
You do know, I know his daughter.
I had heard. That's how we've ended up together.
So it would be best if we could avoid said King's Guard and stuff. Let's check the notice board if you don't mind.
Okay, so as you head over to the notice board, which would be about here-ish, next to the town hall, there are a couple of things posted on there. Missing cats, someone's cheating on someone and not happy about it, the usual kind of small town convivialities that you would expect. But there are posters there marking out that this town has a Mages Guild, an Adventurers Guild, and a Performers Guild.
We do need... How much coin do you have, big man?
I have about, rummaging through my inventory, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, plus 5, 10, 9.
Would you like me to count it?
It's...
Stig, roll me an intelligence check to see if you're actually able to count it.
I don't think you can.
15.
How much?
15.
15. You get it within 30 gold, right?
132. 35.
Okay. It's clear that we need to get some money. Let's go to the Adventurers Guild. We need to find trinkets. We need to sell. I don't think going to the Performers Guild is going to be good for our let's say incognito status at the moment.
Not after the other night's performance. No.
Exactly. So lead the way. Before we do, we need to create some let's say characters. Imagine such a thing. I will be your, let's say, manservant, and you will be some kind of large, scary duke. Yes? Do you agree?
Yes.
What's your name, Duke?
Oh, do you know what? You put me in the spot. Hang on, I'm going to have to think of something now.
You will be Duke Alestair of the Floral Guard, and I will be your lowly ward, Mr. Underhill.
That's not very Goliath-like.
You're not being a Goliath. You're just a very big, scary Duke.
But
Give me your weapon. I will carry it. I'm your ward.
what about my gear? I look
I
very
will carry it
very
somehow.
Goliath.
Is there a market stall? We can get you a cape or something along those lines.
Let's just carry my shit.
Ugh! Oh God, this is really heavy. Okay, that's
Fine,
fine.
let's go to
Treble,
the
roll a strength check.
Go to the guild.
14.
14. Okay, so you kind of struggle
Struggling.
a little bit under the weight of the axe and the armor and the pauldrons and stuff like that, but you eventually kind of get your balance right. And
Remember to call me Mr. Underhill.
so as you walk over to the Adventurers Guild, you see that it is burnt out.
Oh.
And out the front you see a female half elf, kind of just
Hello there.
burning it up. And she turns, looks at you, and says, "I'm sorry, I don't have any money for vagrants." And she carries on hammering wood on the doors.
Okay.
Just boarding up the place.
Duke, you need to step up. Give it some gravitas.
You there?
And she kind of jumps on the spot at this booming voice that's come from behind her. Yes, hello?
I am Alestair.
Of the Floral Guard. Of the Floral
Of the
Guard.
Floral Guard, and this is my manservant, Mr. Underling.
Underhill.
Underhill. We come to the Adventurers Guild to seek adventure, but I see
And trinkets.
trinkets. But what has happened?
Has
And
happened.
You two are completely believable as the odd couple, incidentally. She kind of looks around and says, "Is it not obvious what happened? The guild burned down."
Yes, but how?
Ask her when. Ask her when.
When?
Oh, it was last night. It was very recent. We've there's been a spate of incidences.
Ask her if
around
there's
the
any
town.
known enemies.
What kind of instances?
Incidents.
Incidents. God, I'm not. I'm gonna seem like really stupid, but that was just me. Actually, me saying the wrong word.
You're acting so well, no one can tell the difference.
Yeah.
Method.
She kind of wrings her hands a little bit. Says, there are bad people in the town, and sometimes some people rub them up the wrong way. And
Ask her whom.
You shut up.
Okay.
She kind of like brushes her hair back and turns around to look at you, and you see she's got quite long flowing grey hair. Very long kind of silvery hair with kind of soft brown eyes. She's wearing a blue tunic and kind of a cape that goes down with her kind of house colours on, and she's also carrying a long bow.
Beautiful and talented.
It's quite clear that she is a ranger, as opposed to anything else. And she puts out a hand. It's nice to meet you, Alestair. My name is Eloth.
It's nice to meet you. What can we do to help? I have two companions who are meeting us later. But, we are looking for, well, jobs. We need money. What can
Yes,
we do?
that's correct. Honest is the best policy.
And as she goes to answer you, two Crowns Guard walk past and look at her, and she kind of turns back towards the doors. It's fine. There isn't much work to be done here.
Ask her if she can point us in the direction of work.
Is this something to do with the crown?
Roll an insight check.
Insight is 12 plus 1, so 13.
13. She kind of hums and haws about answering, and she... Not so much the crown, just a bit of the crown's guard.
Some wayward guards.
And she looks... As the guards walk off, she kind of looks back up at you and goes, "Look, meet me in the tavern tonight as the moon rises, and I'll see what I can do for you." And she finishes hammering the wood into the door, and she kind of then scuttles off towards the north of the town, and you watch as she kind of disappears down an alley, and the crowds wandering around the town kind of envelop where she went. So you don't actually really know which alley she ducked down. The town itself is very much a warren of very narrow streets and alleyways and tall buildings.
Really old-fashioned London.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pre the fire.
Yeah. Well, not quite, because there's been a fire.
I mean the Great Fire, you know what I mean.
We call it the Girt Fire around here.
Big man, I think it's wise if we do go to the tavern, because we know full well that the demon girl and the dragon will probably end up in that tavern.
I agree. She'll take him there, or else would she go?
Exactly. So yeah, let's head on off to the tavern.
So the tavern is to the west. We cut back to Capri and Calbo.
God, we had such a successful adventure then, Stig.
What's wrong with me, Capri?
Oh God, he's having a breakdown.
Why can't I fight?
Here, I'll take.
My heart is breaking.
By the gods!
I'm so ashamed.
Oh, you'll be alright. I'll tell you what, you fix alright. You... tell you what will
Thank
fix
you
you
for
right.
your reassuring words. I feel so much better now I've talked to you.
I'm glad.
Poor dragon man.
I'm fucking crying here.
I didn't think we'd have a breakdown this soon.
We're only in episode 5.
Whatever happens in the future, I will always remember that quote.
Oh God, Steve
Tell my little ones, no matter what happens.
You silly man.
Oh my god.
I'll write it on your grave. Anyway, I know what will fix you right up. How about we go to the tavern?
Perfect.
Yeah, I need a drink.
All right, come on then, Babber. Off we go. Let's get you sorted.
So you walk into the town, and you're getting towards the tavern before Stigveld and Treble have had their conversation with Aelof. As you walk towards the tavern, Calbo's eyes go wide as he sees a crowd of about 15 people stood outside the tavern, all smoking pipe weeds. There is a cloud above it of all the kind of weeds that he's never smelt before, all the strongest stuff, all the best genuses of
The best Bubba Kush.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Capri, you get the drinks. I'll be there in a minute.
All right, I'll
Eat
see you at the
this.
bar.
My friends!
So, hand wave a little way ahead. Capri is sat in the booth in the back of the tavern with about 4 bottles of wine around her, just hers.
Yeah.
But still disguised as Gurzel.
You can call me
Here's a
Gert if
woman.
you like. Gertie.
Proserpine has disappeared from being a dog and is elsewhere,
Good.
as we would assume Stigveld and Treble would walk into the tavern ahead of Calbo, because Calbo is lost in the cloud, shall we say.
Dirty stoner.
Demon
dragon
girl,
now.
what's wrong with the dragon? He's out there off his nut.
Well, we had a little bit of a embarrassing loss, shall we say. I feel like he thinks he's shamed himself again, so you better go cheer him up. I didn't do a very good job of it. I tried. I get
go-
tongue-tied in these situations, you know me.
I'll go and talk to him.
So Treble walks outside, There is a crowd. The crowd's thinned a little bit, but there is still this heavy, thick layer of acrid pipeweed smoke around. You can hear a bard off in the distance, just on his lute, just completely off his fucking tits. And there you see, kind of in the middle of the group, with kind of two pipes coming out of his jaw, is Calbo.
Dragon?
And before you do anything, Biggie, roll me a Constitution saving throw, because we want to see how high you are.
Is that the D20? Yeah.
Yeah, D20.
It's a 20.
It's a 20. Okay, so that's actually.
Dog.
No. Lowest score means you would have been wrecked.
Yeah, this is good. This means
The one time that you
not
want
hitting the spot.
So yeah, because you have a +1 to your Constitution, so it's a 21. So you look composed. Your eyes are bloodshot to fuck. It's quite clear that you are really high, but you are more erudite than you've ever been in your life. You're one of those people that, when high, get more coherent.
Dragon, are you okay?
I used to be a flyer, you know.
Oh, I would. Oh, okay. Go on.
I'm not. I think you should all go on without me.
Oh, don't be. I've heard about your little ruckus with the monk. Don't worry about it. I told you about that armor. You didn't listen.
You were right.
Thank
I
you.
think I will sell it. I want to get rid of it as soon as I can, but
Well,
let's go in and have a drink.
There's a
I'll
store,
say
really.
goodbye.
There's a store over the road. We could sell it there, really quick.
Okay, I'll say goodbye to my friends. And let's
There's
do
no
that.
one here.
Hey?
Roll a perception check, Biggie.
Very
Everyone's
high.
left.
16.
16.
17.
Okay, you turn around and realise no one is actually there, that you have been talking to yourself for the last hour.
The
Get
strange,
out.
they must have gone. Okay.
So we'll just nip to the shop over the road.
Okay,
Don't steal
while
anything.
you're
No.
doing that, and we'll kind of skip that scene. We'll say, Biggie, if you roll me a which check would it be? Just roll me a persuasion check, Biggie.
15.
15. Okay, you barter a bit with the trader, and he buys the armor off you for 30 gold.
Not quite retail, but it'll do.
Yeah. And we'll go back into the tavern.
Excellent.
And so it's Stigveld and Capri just sat talking. Stigveld's reaching for a bottle of wine, and Capri swatting his hand away.
Stop it.
And Aeloth walks up, and she's changed from the blue garb that she was wearing before, and she's now just wearing kind of a brown hooded cloak. And she walks up. Hello, Alestair. I'm glad you made it here.
Who the fuck's Alestair then?
X-nay on the, who the fuck is Alestair?
Oh,
Just, shh.
sorry.
Hello?
Roll a deception check.
I couldn't imagine Stigveld knowing Pig Latin at all.
It's better be fucking good. 4.
Told you.
So Aeloth looks at you, and you see a hand kind of reach into a cloak and go, "What's going on?"
We are...
I'd like to see him get out of this.
We've come into a bit of trouble elsewhere, so we took fake names.
So who are you?
This is where he stands on a table and tells her who he is. I am! He's trying to think on spot again, isn't he? He's trying to deceive.
I'm trying to deceive her, yeah. My name is Thanos.
She kind of, you see the hand kind of grip the hilt of a dagger. And what is your business here, Thanos? She says it very suspiciously, like she doesn't believe a fucking word you're saying.
I've told you, we need money, so we're offering our hand in anything that you need.
Right, okay, so now roll a deception check, because you're making another lie here.
I am making many lies. She's gonna do one in a minute.
I've just gripped one of the empty wine bottles a bit harder.
That is a natural one.
Natural one.
Oh, fuck.
You know.
+2, but like, fuck it. I mean, that doesn't even. What's the point?
My curse has lifted.
Okay, and she is going to roll dexterity.
Uh-oh. She's coming at you.
And she gets a 16 plus 1. So with one fell move, she swings the cloak off, and with a second, the knife is at your throat. Tell me the truth now, or this will be the last you ever see.
Fine. My name is Stigveld. My accompanant are the people that the Crown's Guard are looking for.
And she kind of leans back a little bit, casts an eye down at Capri, who is holding the bottle but still hasn't actually moved it. And she kind of lowers the dagger slightly, goes, okay, just the truth from now on, okay?
Okay.
And she sheaths the dagger again as Calbo and Treble walk back in the bar.
Alestair, how are you?
And Stigveld's doing like a cut across his neck.
He's waving us over.
She whips around with the dagger again and holds it to Treble's nose. No, to his nose, because he's so small.
I kind of fucked it.
And
Hello?
you are, little man?
Mr. Underhill?
And she
No, tell her
lifts
the
your
truth.
nose
Tell her
with-
the truth.
Lift your nose with the end of the blade.
Ow! 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 Okay. Come down here so I can whisper.
She crouches down, but the blade remains in exactly the same place on the tip of your nose.
Ow! My name's... Oh, jeez. Treble Oakleth.
Pulls the blade from under your nose. That name's familiar to me.
Oh, yeah, I'm the world's greatest bard. You will have heard of me.
She looks at you and goes, Trevor?
No, not Trevor.
She's got to roll an insight check.
Uh-oh.
She got a 9. So she kind of takes the blade down and puts it back in its holster, and she stands up.
I just wiped loads of sweat off my brow.
She looks up at Calbo and goes, I saw you before. You got your arse handed to you.
Oh, don't mention that.
Woe is me!
Oh, look what you've done now.
She reaches to a thing on her belt, and she pulls out a little vial of red fluid and she hands it to you. Use this next time you see that dwarf. And she turns back to the rest of the group.
Oh, thank you.
And she looks at you all. She sits in the seat next to Capri and gestures for you all to sit down.
I'm still like kind of stood agape at the fact that she said Trevor. I'm just like trying to compose myself a little bit.
Could you tell that when I was trying to come up for a name I literally was just looking around my room thinking, what can I call?
My name's her. Bioshock.
Yeah, it was literally
You
like,
really wanted to go Jackie Daytona, didn't you?
oh, I did, but I couldn't have gone Jackie Daytona.
Dildo.
The choice is like Mario or Totoro. It's like or Bison.
So
Most Japanese Goliath in the world.
Yeah.
sheepishly, I sit down and all I do is stare at her because obviously when she said Trevor, it just shook. It shook Treble up.
Why?
The bottle of wine that Capri has a hand on turns back into Proserpine and starts to purr.
Achoo!
And I slide the remaining wine bottle slightly away from her.
She turns to you and says, "So, the Crown's Guard round here are not to be trusted." And she kind of glances around the room. Someone roll me a perception check, please.
Let me do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try and roll a good one for once. Yes. 17 plus 3, so 20.
Okay, so you kind of your eyes scan around the bar, and you see that there are a couple of Crown's Guard kind of milling about outside. You can see through the window. You can out of the tavern. You can see there's a couple of them milling about outside, but inside there aren't any of them. And you can't see any like signs of any undercover Crown's Guard or anything like that. It seems like you're safe in here. And she carries on saying, the Adventurers Guild was burned down last week because I may have gotten in with them and I may have upset somebody.
Here we go.
Somebody who is a bit of a wrong'un.
Who did you upset?
So there is a sergeant. He is an elf, and he's not a nice guy. And she kind of hums and haws about how much she wants to tell you.
If you tell us everything you can, we will help.
Listen to the big man.
And she looks at you, Treble, and she's like,
I obviously, Treble can't maintain eye contact with her. He's got some nervousness about him,
yeah.
which is very unlike him.
And she looks back up at Stigveld and goes, okay, his name's Eowyn. And he's been part of the Crown's Guard for quite a while, but he's gotten into, he's taking advantage of the extra soldiers around here at the minute. And he might be she kind of hums about what she wants to say, shall we say a backroom alchemist?
Uh-oh.
And the soldiers, they all love it. I might have reported him to his superiors, and he might have found out.
No one likes a tattletale.
What a party pooper.
Snitches get stitches.
Quiet, you lot.
And she looks at all three of you, contemplating whether she could take you.
Oh, she could.
Yeah.
As she looks towards Stigveld, the only one that seems to be any way, shape, or form friendly towards her. And she says, "You're after money. I have some stashed outside of the town. I can't get out of the town through the front gate because he has guards set up there. If you can help me escape, you can have it all."
Big man, may I have your ear a second?
Yes.
This is our golden opportunity to make a little bit of money and get out of here.
I agree. I'm sorry for fucking it up. I got nervous.
It's fine. We'll discuss that later.
So, how much gold are we talking?
She thinks for a moment. She went, "It's somewhere around 700 gold.
Oh,
Give or take. I don't know. I'm not the only person that contributes to it, but last time I was there, it was about 600, and I know there's been another couple of deposits.
and what would our share be?
All of it.
If you can get me out safely, you can have it all. I know how to make money. I can make money easily. I just need to get out of here to make money."
Do you mind if I just quickly speak to my compatriots a moment in silence, in privacy?
And she nods, "Okay, Trevor," and she gets up and walks off.
Come on then, Trevor, what you got to say then?
Ignore that. She's obviously misheard me. Let's do this. Let's get out of here. Let's get this money. And this time, I want some money.
Do we need to know anything else?
Let's get her out of here, and we'll get out of here ourselves. I've heard passing rumors that the forest has many trinkets behind the city. We just need to get out of here. I don't like it. I've got bad feelings. And what say you all?
Oh, you say your real name's Trevor, innit?
No.
Yeah, it is. Trevor.
Trev.
Right, Trev?
Capri, roll a investigation check.
She just does not let Treble get an inch.
20 plus 4 for 24. I'm not even joking.
Okay,
either.
so now Treble can say as much or as little as he wants, and I will decide whether he has to roll a deception check or not.
She just didn't hear me when I told her my name. I whispered it in her ears. Treble, Trevor. What a silly name.
Why are you getting so antsy about it then?
I'm just
Trev?
tired.
Roll a deception check, Treble.
19.
Capri believes you.
His name is Mr. Underhill.
Thank you, big man.
He finally gets it right.
Not anymore, but yes. Just call me Mr. Underhill, that'll do.
Listen, I think we should help her. We should get out of here, get the gold. There is nothing stopping us coming back here just another time once things settle down.
Yes.
But let's
I
just
concur.
be careful. She
I've had
knows our
enough of
real
this
names.
place.
She knows our real names, but we need to stay vigilant. So I am Alestair of the Floral Guard. He is Mr. Underhill. You are Gurzel Wummage. And
He's
you.
just a dragon monk.
What is your name? See, it's not easy, is it?
Well,
Yeah,
my dog's name's Rufus, so how about Doofus?
You are Doofus. Are you taking too long?
Doofus Redwig.
Doofus Redwig. I like it.
Miss. Yeah.
She turns around and looks at you. Well, have you decided?
We're going to help you.
Excellent. Okay, the only way that I know out of this place, without going through the front gate, these walls are very thick. This is something like 3.5 foot thick. They are designed to withstand a bombardment. And she kind of starts to
I
go
could
off on
run through them.
on a slight tangent, pointing out that you have to remember that this was the first defense post of the Feywood. So this place is important. But there is one way out without going through the front gate.
We'll follow your lead.
Okay. Because we're going through the sewer.
No. So as we're all walking out at tavern, I just need to say, Miss, may I have your ear for a second?
She kind of takes your hand and peels off from the crowd and goes, yes.
Where did you hear that name?
And she looks around. You're quite famous, you know.
Yet Treble O'Clef is quite famous.
Yes, but Trevor is also famous. Your brother has a mouth on it.
I don't have a brother.
Well, someone turned up at the Performers Guild claiming to be the brother of Treble O'Clef and saying a lot of things about him.
Can you just forget all this and not mention it, please? Can I persuade you in any way? You can keep some of the share of the money. Don't tell the others.
Roll a persuasion check. And roll it with advantage because you're asking her nicely.
16. So
And
persuade.
roll it again.
Yep.
So advantage is you roll it twice and we take the highest value.
5.
Okay, 16. And she holds a hand next to her mouth and as if she's zipping up her mouth. And she smiles at you and goes, I didn't mean any offense.
It's just I can't have my compatriots know the truth. You clearly know of my family's history.
I don't know. I know what your brother shouted from the rooftops. I don't know if it's the truth or not.
Before we leave and get you out of this God's forsaken city, what do you have any other information that where my brother is? What he's been saying? If I had a brother, that is.
Well, I'm sure you will find many people who will tell you what he's been saying, but not many people who know where he went. And if we make it out of here alive, I'll tell you where he went.
Deal.
So, she leads you through the streets You walk past a couple of sets of guards, but she manages to kind of hold you back using some of her ranger skills. She's very aware of the area. She's got a very high perception. And she leads you to a very large sewer grate. And she gestures to Stigveld to lift it up, which he does quite ably. You don't need a strength check for this one.
Obviously not.
And-
Massive.
Because he's fucking swole. And you all find yourselves climbing down the ladder into the sewers. Okay, so you come up there, right? First of all, who has dark vision?
I do.
Yes, she does.
I think I've got something. I'll have a look. I don't know if I do or not.
Okay. Well, so as you
One second. I'm just double check.
for those who don't have dark vision, you'll need to expend a torch from your adventurers kits.
How do you know if you've got that? Where did it say it?
It'll tell you in your features. I don't think Dragonborn do have it.
No, I don't have any.
It would be under your features and traits.
I
It's a
do
cantrip,
have
I
two
can-
torches, so that's fine. I can spare one. And we have a dragon that can breathe fire out his nose.
Or his
And I can
arse?
create a bonfire if it's handy, and that's a cantrip, so I can just cast it at will.
Okay. Well, dragon, do you mind lighting this for me? Thank you.
Excellent. So it's only Capri that has it as a feature, I think.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't know if I did or not.
Demon girl,
right.
what? Why don't you need a torch?
I can see in the dark up to about 50 feet, 60 feet on a good day.
Very specific. I believe you should lead the way.
Off we go then.
Okay, so you climb down the ladder and you're in just a very small kind of L-shaped kind of culvert just to get you started.
Oh, it
And as you-
stinks.
As you move forward,
I am a mountain people. Here I am in sewers.
into the darkness, you reveal areas, and you hear the rushing of water as you come out into the first room of the sewers. And unlike what you would expect, it's not particularly dirty water, which is strange for a sewer.
Surprisingly clean.
Don't be dipping your tongue in there.
I'm not a dragonborn.
Calbo's just there going.
Tastes of almonds.
Oh.
So you bring yourself out in kind of a large vaulted room. You're on these wooden gangplanks that are run around the edge of the room. The room is L-shaped. Below you is rushing water. Ahead of you, you can see a very large pipe that is kind of just water spilling out of it into a grate below the water. There isn't much in the room, but you can see the kind of thick stone walls. It's very wet, very moist. The humidity is quite heavy because it's a warm day, and the water itself is rather warm. That's kind of what you see and feel around here.
Miss, do you know the way?
I don't know the way, but I can see what's
Not
here.
you! I call you
Why,
Demon
this-
Girl.
Please call me Aloth. I know that we have to head towards the east, but I'm not really sure which direction east is at this point. But I see that there are, and she kind of holds up a torch, a lantern that she's got. I see there are a few doors out of this room. Shall we pick one?
Demon Girl, take point on the east.
Oh, now you want to talk to me, do you? Yes, I suggest we take the northernmost door.
What?
That one, yeah.
Yep.
She ain't
Okay.
listening to you.
She's clearly not.
Okay, so as we all know with my map making, I am rather fond of narrow corridors.
It's basically
Narrow
a trait,
corridor.
that, isn't it?
Why just
Yeah.
everywhere built with narrow corridors? I'm always skimming my elbows.
It's because most people don't. They're not as big as you.
I know.
So as Capri leads you through, you come out to another room, this time with two doors leading out of it. And again, you are kind of raised up. There is water rushing below you into a large drain. You're up on these wooden platforms. They're looking a bit rickety. Can everybody roll me a dex saving throw? What did you get?
1.
1.
Yeah.
All right. So as you all walk into the room, Treble is bringing up the rear, and the wood underneath his foot starts to collapse.
Under my feet.
Under your feet, it's been weakened by the weight of Stigveld and Calbo walking across it. So you need to decide what you're going to do from here.
I am going to turn around
And grab me by the top knot.
grab him by the scruff of the neck, lift him up.
Okay. And as you do
Big
that,
man.
the wood, the rotting wood below his feet kind of gives way and is washed away by the current going down.
You have to be more
Have
careful.
I fell in?
No, you haven't. You haven't fell in. You're being held above where the wood was.
Put me down, put me down.
Be more careful next time.
Thank you.
How deep is it? Can I do a perception check or something?
Yeah, you can do a perception check. Just roll perception.
Fucking hell. 1.
It's wet.
It's water.
It's wet. It's all you know. But you know you're a dragon and you don't like wet.
Yeah.
So
Also, I can't swim either.
Goliaths aren't fond of swimming.
Nope.
can someone roll another perception check for me?
I'm going to do that. It's alright. That is a 10 plus 3, 13.
From the south, you hear scratching echoing.
I can hear something down that corridor there. It's a scratching sound.
Oh no, I knew this would happen.
Does it sound hostile scratching or happy scratching?
I don't think there's a such thing as happy scratching.
You'd be surprised.
Aeloth kind of pokes her ear up, and there is several things down there.
Elof, I thought you knew the way out of here. Or do you just want us to guide you?
It's a trap.
And she turns to you and says, I know to go east. I've never been here before. I just know this is the way out.
East, you say? Let's go east then. Go down the eastern corridor.
Okay, so as you head down the eastern corridor, I'm assuming we're sending Capri first again.
Yep.
After me.
She's basically our canary.
You go in there and there's 1,000 skeletons!
Shit.
So you walk down a set of about 15 steps. You go a little bit deeper down. And as you come out into the next room...
It's a spa.
Yeah, hot springs. Lovely.
Yeah. As you come out into the next room, the light is dimmer in here. And that is not the reveal areas, but the light is dimmer in here. There we go. There are several there is a large kind of trough of water. It's not really running at this point. There is water coming in from kind of the culvert to the south, but it's not flowing very fast, but it's also flowing into some drains a little bit further up. The visibility is very low in here. It's very dark in front of you.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm really feeling this. I'm getting into this. I can smell it him, and you know what I mean? It's fucking crazy.
It's because he's leading us into something.
I know.
We haven't just bumped into something straight away.
He's bloody loving this.
Absolutely. And Aeloth kind of walks onto one of the wooden platforms, and she kind of peers forward towards the east.
Oh, no, I know something's coming.
And Treble specifically, roll me a perception check.
Oh no.
That's because she said something.
It is precisely because he said something.
14 plus perception. Where's that? 2.
2. Okay. You see the water below you start to ripple slightly.
Guys.
And Aeloth puts a hand on your shoulder. Shh.
Okay.
And she starts, and you see her kind of looking very intently. And she says, "This was a mistake."
What do you mean mistake?
Come in.
Treble, roll a dexterity saving throw.
Oh fuck. Do I have to reveal what I've just rolled?
You have to reveal what you've just rolled.
1 plus 3.
Yay!
Got 4.
Well,
Am I going to take my first hit?
well, you see, that's unfortunate because a giant crocodile bursts from the water and picks you up.
Help! Help! Somebody help me! Oh my god! I don't want to die. Yeah.
I know you probably want us to do an initiative, but I'd like to try and jump in first to help him because I feel bad about how everything's going so far.
What a
Speak
world
to your
we're
cousin.
Okay, roll a. Just give me a straight dex roll to see if you can pull him away from the jaws.
I
before he
do
gets
love
damage.
how like this little crocodile you've got on the screen here is just like
Eating me.
on top of like his icon.
Yeah.
13 plus 3 is 16.
Okay, right, okay. So, as this giant crocodile bursts from the water, spraying you all, and its jaws open wide to clamp down on Treble, Calbo, in the most heroic move he's ever done, jumps past Aloth, grabs Treble by the back of his tunic and pulls him out of the way. The jaws snap exactly where Treble was standing. And that ends this episode of Do Dragons Dream of Scorched Sheep. You'll have to come back next time,
That is a
2 weeks'
cliffhanger.
time, to find out what happens with a giant crocodile. Which one of these people is going to be Steve Irwin?
Gonna turn him into a Crocs.
Oh, Biggie, oh. Do Dragons Dream of Scorched Sheep is Candy Machine as Capri Smitty, Stig as Stigveld, Oodles as Treble O'Clef, Biggie as Calbo Grey Merkin, and me, Gadget, as your DM. Apologies for any noise on any tracks this week. We recorded this during the recent heatwave in the UK, and we all had to have fans on in our rooms lest we died. And I mean actually died. If you're enjoying Do Dragons Dream of Scorched Sheep and you want a little bit more, why don't you mosey on over to our Patreon page. For only £5 a month, the Scorched Sheep tier gets you early access to all episodes, ad-free listening, artwork done by Candy Machine, all the battle maps and character sheets that I make for the campaign, as well as a link to a Google form where you can suggest NPC names and item ideas for use in the game. Plus a lot more. You can also support our other podcast, Modern Escapism, at the same time by subscribing to the Biggie Bundle for £7.50 a month, which gives you everything from the Scorched Sheep tier, plus extended episodes of Modern Escapism and monthly bonus shows. Head over to patreon.com/Modern Escapism to get all the details and to sign up. The next episode of Do Dragons Dream of Scorched Sheep will be dropping for patrons on the 11th of August, and for everyone else on the spooky day itself, Friday the 13th of August. And one last thing, yes, I noticed after the recording, Aloth has dark vision. I'm an idiot. Good night.